फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you, live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. When we start rejecting everything, objects are rejected, sense organs are rejected, mind is dropped, I is dropped, life is dropped, then remains nothing. That nothing is the reality. Therefore it is said, nobody is happy. The moment you become somebody, all the problems begin. So, what is that? न सन्दृशे तिष्ठति रूपमस्य न चक्षुषा पश्यति कश्चिदेनं हृदा मनीषा मनसा विक्लुप्तः य एतद् विदुः अमृतास्ते भवन्ति. न सन्दृशे तिष्ठति रूपमस्य. World is two things, name and form, nama rupa. On the basis of these two, you can practice your sadhana. With reference to the nama or the words or the sound, expose yourself to freedom from sounds. Sounds come in our life by two ways. Either we produce or we hear. When we produce sound, we start talking to ourselves. Stop talking to yourself. Then we hear sounds. So listen to silence, meaning remain indifferent to sounds. These two things. Have we lost anything? Have we gained anything? Now, if we abide in this, will there be any question? See? What happens after birth? You start growing vertically. What happens after death? People start growing vertically. Questions cannot come in your mind if you are abiding in the truth. Question is nothing but mind grossified in words. When you have imposed a curfew on words, no question. That is the reason why I do not entertain questions. There is no end to it. See? Na sandrushe tishtati rupamasya. This is with reference to nama. Now with reference to rupa, form. So what is that? Let seeing happen, but let there be no seen and therefore no seer. Now, to practice this, sit in your own room, wherever, and then let there be absolute darkness, no light of any kind. So much of darkness that you cannot see your own palm. So dark. And then keep your eyes open. Now analyze and understand this experience. Eyes are open, therefore seeing is happening. Because there is nothing to see. So seer is not born. This experience where seeing is happening but seer is not born is Paramatma. But then we have to remain all the time in the dark room. Arey Dumbo. Don't become too much involved with anything or anybody in this world. Learn to forget. Forgetting is the biggest gift God has given us. Those who cannot forget, they are miserable. See, at the time of death, if you remember what will happen to my property, my children, my grandchildren, you will die and come in that house as a snake. See, forget. So we are leading our life fully, clearly, but don't create relations, friends, etc. So na sadrishe tishtati rupamasya na chakshusha paschid kashchidenam hruda manisha manasa vikluptaha ya etad viduhu amritaste bhavanti. So what we have done is the third line. Hruda manisha manasa vikluptaha. Whether eyes are open or closed, your ears are open or closed, they cannot influence us unless we cooperate. So as you listen to satsanga, listen to everything in this world. So many satsang we have heard. It makes no difference. And it doesn't make difference to me also. Whether you know or not, how does it matter? मेरा time pass हो रहा है. So hruda manisha manasa vikluptaha. Therefore, let our mind be established in this wisdom. What is the wisdom? Dekho suno mat bolo. Ya yaha etad viduhu. He who comes to this is that, etad vai tat. What is that is not told. Etad vai tat. Tattvamasi. Tat means tanoti iti tat. You must have seen how the wires are made in the factory. First it is a thick rod, and then they start under a particular tension and the temperature, pulling it slowly, slowly. So that rod ultimately becomes into a wire. Tanoti expands. That which expands in the form of the world is you. See? Therefore, ye etad viduhu amritate bhavanti. They have attained fulfillment in their life. Now, sahan Katham prapyate iti tad artha yoga uchyate. Now, how do we attain that? I have already told you, but now according to our Kathopanishad, what is the yoga? See? Yada panchavatiштante jnanani manasa sa buddhischa na vicheshtate tamahu paramam gatim. This is what we have done just now. Yada panchavatiштante, when all the sense organs are held in their own sockets, eyes are open, seeing is happening, but seer is not born. Yada panchavatiштante jnanani manasa sa. See? So all the faculties are functional, but they are not operating. See, we are able to hear, but none of the things, all sounds don't disturb us. Yada panchavatiштante jnanani manasa saha. Mind also doesn't react to anything. It is our training to the mind that the mind starts reacting. You have to recognize one day, then everything becomes click. I tell you how I recognize. First time we were given the Gayatri Mantra Diksha, and we were told, take the mala in the hand and chant 11 times Gayatri Mantra, but loudly, Vaikhari Vani. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tassaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Chant 11 times. Okay? A real disciple is the one who doesn't listen to Guru. I was that. Because I think I am wiser than the Guru. Why only 11 times? Why not 108 times? And why I have to chant loudly? I don't have to show off. I'll do it in my mind. Then mind came to my help. One window, Om Bhurbhu Swaha. Other window, Kapde dhone hai. Why they don't keep the washing machine in the ashram? Third window, every day idli dosha. I started dreaming. For the pillow, there was idli. Instead of the quilt, dosha. See? Om Murbusa, idli aa gayi. Om Murbusa. Slowly, mind was trained. Whenever you chant Gayatri Mantra, open 5-6 windows. So my Ishta Devatas were Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. So many windows simultaneously operating. This is the training we have given to the mind. See, now here the teacher says, Jnanani manasa saha. So we have to understand the functioning of the mind. Do not entertain anything finite. Infinite being one, mind cannot jump from one to another. Therefore, we told you, take the silence as the object of experience. Without any special efforts, your mind will remain quiet. Yada panchavatiштante jnanani manasa saha. Now mind is also not disturbed. Then buddhischana vicheshtati. There is no struggle. Don't disturb. I am doing meditation. No. Buddhi, intellect is that where efforts are involved. Efforts for controlling the mind. So, three things. Sense organs are not running in the worldly objects. Mind is naturally quiet, doesn't react, and therefore intellect has no effort required. These three things. Buddhishcha na vicheshtate tam ahuhu paramam gatim. This is realization. This is what you are. अब कितने बार रियलाइज हो गए? फिर भी डाउट है. See? It's free. Download. यदा पंचावतिष्ठन्ते ज्ञानानि मनसा सह बुद्धिश्च न विचेष्टते तामाहु परमां गतिम्. See? Therefore, first we have to control our organs, sense organs, organs of action. This is the way Bhagavan Krishna tells to Arjuna. Arjuna's question is like our question. अथ केन प्रयुक्तोऽयं पापं चरति पुरुषः अनिच्छन्नपि वार्ष्णेय बलादिव नियोजितः. हे वार्ष्णेय वृष्णिकुलोत्पन्न. Although we don't want, why we go the wrong way? See? It's not that everything we do willingly. Many things we do unwillingly, but we do it. Example, food. I know, I think I'm, but Rasgulla are waiting, And they say you should not eat only one. Therefore, what is that which compels us to go the wrong way? Papam charati purusha. Anichannapi. Although we don't want, yet we do it. In reply, Bhagavan gives this answer. See? Kama esha krodha esha rajo guna samudbhavaha maha ashanaha maha papma viddhi enam iha vairinam. It is desire, alias anger. Desire, when it is fulfilled, it becomes greed. When desire is not fulfilled, it becomes anger. And therefore, these three things, two variants of coronavirus. Kama, one variant is krodh, other variant is lobha. And therefore, trividham narakasteda, dvaram nashanam atmana, kama, krodhastatha, lobha. Now, where are we caught up? We are caught up in these three places. And what are these three places? Kama, the desire is that which can never be satiated. Maha ashanaha, keep on eating, keep on fulfilling the desire. One after another desires will start coming. And maha papma, and when the anger comes, we can go to any extent. See? And who are they? Viddhi enam iha vairinam. They are our real enemies. Enemies are not outside. So if you have to conquer this, our simple technique is write off your rights right away before they perform your rights right now. Whenever you have any kind of expectations from anything or anybody, you are digging your own grave. See? No expectations. That is why The acharyas are never miserable. They don't expect that the disciples should improve. If they improve, where they will go? See, my friends, then this vairi is enemy. Now with enemy you have got only one option, kill it. With the enemy you have vairi. And then, where are they? 3 locations are given. Indriyani manobuddhi asyadhisthana muchyate. See, asya kamasya krodasya lobasya adhishtanam indriyani manobuddhi. First, the desire conquers our sense organs. Unless there is gongura pickle, I will not eat. See? Understand, he is suffering from arthritis. One Andhra person got married and he was asked, what do you want in dowry? Gongura. Can't think beyond it. See, Indriyani. Then when the sense organs are conquered, then the desire virus enters the mind. When the desire enters the mind, we become emotional. Babaji, how is your tabiyat? How are you? Jinda hai. Anybody who is expressing misery is a strong, strong ego. See? If I straight away walk, nobody will bother. But while walking, oh God, स्वामी जी क्या हो गया क्या हो गया पहले ही पूछते तो क्यों करता है all those miserable fellows, yes, the joke is over. All those who are miserable, they are very strong ego. When a person is happy, nobody asks him, यार ये हमेशा हंसता रहता है. Ego है ही नहीं इसको. See, friends. Indriyani mano, their mind is now overpowered by the desire, wants constant recognition. See? I have gone there, nobody even invited me. How can I go? With whom you have gone? Swamiji, with you. Who am I? You are Swami. Then who are you? Kamandalu. When you go with a Swami, become a Kamandalu, you will never get insulted. See? But you become Danda. Kamandalu ro, maja aayega. So, Indriyani mano. Then Buddhi. Then the desire overpowers the intellect. And then we justify how the wrong is right. I am not the only one eating money. Everybody eats. I am not the only one who is angry. Everybody becomes angry. Even Bhagwan becomes angry. Bhishasmad vaat hai, sabko darate. See, friends, do not justify, do not be emotional, and do not be enslaved by the sense organs. Then only yada panchavatishtante jnanani manasasa. See, therefore, first, tasmatvam indriyani ado niyamya bhartarshava. Therefore, Arjun, first start working on your organs. Which organ? Tongue. 2 in 1. Taste-wise, rasana, and talk-wise, jivva. Non-stop. See, unnecessary talking. And then, I am tired. Naturally. Who asked you to talk? So, yada panchavatishtante jnanani manasasaha, mind is, don't have any obsessions of likes and dislikes. Jo hai theek hai, it's okay. No, never mind. Theek hai. No obsessions. And buddhi, we should never make ourselves someone extraordinary than others. See, the day you make yourself extraordinary, you are destroyed. Therefore, this is the Paramam Gatim. None of the faculties ever trouble us. Tam yogam iti manyante स्थिराम इंद्रिय धारणाम अप्रमत्तस्तदा भवति योगो ही प्रभवाप्ययो. See, now this is very important thing to understand. Tam yogam iti manyante. So these three things: control over our sense organs, mind and intellect. Perfect control. Tam. This perfect control is called yogam iti manyante. Sthiram indriya dharanam. Now all our faculties are under our perfect control. You have attained yoga. Then apramattastada bhavati. See, then we are no more enslaved by these three faculties: Jnanendriyas, mind and intellect. But remember, yogo hi prabhavapyayo. As long as the curfew of the yoga is operating, you are okay. The moment this curfew is liberated, then again the devil comes out. If you read our Puranic stories, there we come across two types of people: yogis and tapasvis. They are mobile shopping centers. Shop, going here, there. बीच में आया, you will become donkey, and he become donkey. See, therefore, don't get carried away by all these things. Yogo hi prabhavapyayo. As long as you are strictly practicing it, everything will be under control. And all the time, attention is only on the Prakriti. But we have to get out of our too much involvement in the Prakriti. Yoga is basically working on the Prakriti. And what is Prakriti? Which is having a natural inclination of Vikruti. And who are you? Supporting both Prakriti and Vikruti. Therefore, let it happen. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? See? So, apramatta sada bhavati yogo hi prabhavapyayo. Therefore, this control of faculties, etc. is okay, but don't think that is all. Then, such a controlled mind has to be now engaged in inquiry. Kastvam koham kutamayata kame janani ko metataha. Now we have to start employing this quiet mind into inquiry. This is the basic difference between yoga according to Patanjali and according to Vedanta. And actually, Patanjali never said what most of the people explain yoga, chitta vritti nirodha. No, that is not yoga. The sutra is yogaha chitta vritti nirodha. But that is incomplete statement. That statement is complete in the next sutra. Tada drashtuhu sarupe avasthanam. If you are abiding your divine nature, then it is yoga. Only chittavritti nirodha is samadhi. You are still in the prakriti. You have not entered the divine. See, friends. Therefore, yama, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. Samadhi, meditation. This falls in the purview of prakriti. See. And naturally, andho mein kana raja. Others cannot sit even for 5 minutes in one asana, even if they sit like a idli stone, grinding all the time, moving like this. Even when they do the japa, they do the same thing. Jai Ram, 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 Jai Ram. Keep chili below, chutney tayar. That is not. Therefore, naiva vacha na manasa praptum shakyo na chakshusha. Now be attentive. This truth is not available. Naiva vacha by talking. Be very attentive. Recognize this. When we talk, mind is expressing as words. When there is absolute silence, no Vaikhari, no Madhyama, no Pashanti, then the mind goes back to consciousness. Therefore, Maunam Vyakhya Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam Yuvanam. See, that is the reason all the great acharyas, they give the Upadesh not by words, they give by mudra. They don't talk. Then the disciple understand. Oh, Guru Maharaj wants snuff. Oh. What can you do with such disciples? See, friends. Jnana mudraya krishnaya. Jnana mudra. Naiva vacha. Keep your mouth shut. Mind quiet. Na manasa. Don't go on imagining. How must be God? He must be feeling bored, all alone. Ekameva dvitiya. Neha nanasti kinchana. Neha mamasti kinchana. Nana nahi, mama nahi. फिर क्या करना है? Don't go on imagining. Stop the mind. Naiva vacha na manasa praptum shakyo na chakshusha. Don't try to see God. Close the eyes and then bring the bhrumadhya. What will happen? Headache. Don't do that. Why you should not do that? Ishvara nugrahat eva pumsam advaita vasana. All of us here are naturally attracted towards Advaita Tattva. This is God's grace. It is not by our efforts. And those who have come on their own efforts, when they are living, they will take a vow. I will never go. Ishvaranugrahateva. Therefore, we told you, Vedanta Satsanga is like going to a gym. In gym, only healthy people go. Unhealthy people do not go. Those who are worried and frustrated because of wife, husband, children, neighbor, job, health, boring. So those who are getting bored, they should go to Bollywood. Those who are having health issues, go to hospital. See? Those who want this, Swamiji, my son is not getting married, please tell him. You can imagine what a great joke it is. You are telling a sannyasi to tell the other to get married. I will tell him, don't get married. See? So, we fall in three categories. Either we are getting bored, so we want entertainment, or we have a health issue, we want to go to hospital. So, bhogi, rogi, or we want to fulfill desire, we go to temple, kami. For these three kinds of people, this satsanga is not. See? Then, nothing to do, nowhere to go, relax. It's for them. And such a person alone can recognize the meaning of this thing. Your mind will not react. See? So, naiva vachana manasa praptum shakyo na chakshusha asti iti bruvataha anyatra katham tad upalabhyate. Then how the truth is gained? Be very attentive. Asti iti upalabdhavyaha. only being. Asti Sat, Upalabdhi Chit, where knowing and being is one without becoming anybody. This is the way the truth is experienced. Asti iti bruvataha anyatra. Other than this, katham upalabhyate? See, friends, anything which is gained through the limitations of the means of knowledge is only imagination and not the truth. And therefore, here the teacher, this is the most beautiful thing I like in this Upanishad. Asti iti eva upalabdhavyah tattva bhavena chobhayoho asti iti upalabdhasya tattva bhava prasidati. First, asti iti upalabdhavyah. What is the meaning of the Atma? The experience that is being without becoming anybody. Asti iti upalabdhavyah. Now this takes us beyond asti nasti. Any experience which has this option where something is and something is not, that optional experience falls in the purview of mind. We don't have this option whether I am or I am not. When I am not, this experience is not possible. Is it necessary to tell I am? Asti iti upalabdhavya. You have not done anything. Kurute Ganga Sagar Gavanam Vrata, kuch bhi nahi kiya. No charity, no going to temple, no matha teko. Asti iti upalabdhavya. Then tattva bhavena. Then we come to know tat, that you are. Tattva bhava. So two things. First, the truth has to be experienced as being, and then this is the bhavana. Just being. No more projection. So first, the GPS tells asti iti upalabdhavya, destination. Journey tattva bhavena, that you are. Then asti iti eva upalabdhasya. In this manner, he who has recognized the truth as being, tattva bhava prasidati, he alone can be that. That means being and knowing are not two. This experience is not created, it is. Whether we know or we do not know, whether there is noise or silence, whether it is cold or hot, it makes no difference. Tattva bhavena prasidati. Now, to come to this, This is one of the most beautiful shloka. For every shloka you go on telling the same thing. I am hearing that. See, all these mantras must go in our whole system. When you breathe, it should come out. Yada sarve pramuchante kama yasya vridishrita athamartyaha amruto bhavati atra brahma samashnute. Yada vridishritaha sarve kama pramuchante. When we do not entertain a single desire about anything, फिर क्या करूं? Immediately the mind is ready to react. See, Ishavasya tells us, Ishavasya idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. Everything is Paramatma. Then, with Paramatma you cannot do bhoga. So bhoga gone. Then everything is Paramatma. So wealth also is his. Nothing is yours. So no bhoga, no kama and no artha. Everything is Paramatma. Therefore, pade hai. No. Kurvanneveha karmani jiji visheshatagam sama. Live 100% every moment. That is important. Therefore, spiritual life is not what happened yaar kya karu jab se ho gaye realize. So yada sarve pramuchante kama is savadishrata. And now analyze your experience. When our stomach is full, the desire for eating more ends. Because now complete. Purnamadaha Purnamidam. In the same manner, when we do not want anything in this world, you are at peace. See? Anything you want, you are a samsari. Shri Yada sarve pramuchante kama yasya vridishritaha atha martyaha amruto bhavati atra. He has attained fulfillment. So what is the spiritual practice according to now our Kathopanishad? Living at zero expectation level. Na kuch pana, na kuch khona. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Life is a time pass. But people will say you have become dumb. Kya farak padta hai? But it will be a lot of efforts. Koi dikkat nahi. Each and every mantra will help you every now and then. So yada sarve pramuchante kama yasya vridishritaha athamartyaha amruto hoti and atra brahma samashnute. You don't have to go in places, wait for an auspicious time. See? No, atra brahma samashnute. Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are divine. जबरदस्ती कर रहे But this is the truth, friends. You may agree, you may not agree. What can I do? You are divine, yaar. Papa karma. See? Atra brahma samashnute. Yada sarve prabidhyante hridayasyeha granthayah atha martyo amruto bhavati etad etavad anushasanam. Yada sarve prabidhyante hridayasyeha granthayah. Hridaya granthi, the knots of the heart. See? This knot of the heart is like the knot of the necktie. It is a knot, but it is such a naughty knot. It is not. See, So when in that loop you put your neck, it ties you down. And when you take out your neck and pull it, there is no knot. Exactly the same way. Avidya, kama, karma. These three things put together is called as the Hridaya Granthi. See? Vidyate Hridaya Granthi. Chidyante sarva samshayaha. Kshiyante chasya karmani. Tasmin drishte paravare. Tasmin paravare drishte sati. When we recognize the manifest and the unmanifest reality as our essential nature, then vidyate hridaya granthi, all wrong notions are gone. Chidyante sarva samshaya, no question. Kshiyante chasya karmani, no karma. Then what happens? Moji moji. Yada sarve pravidyante hridayasya grantaya athamartya amruto bhavati. This is what is called as immortality. Keeping somebody's name as Amruta. See? What happened to that Amrut? Yaar, wo mar gaya. Amrut mar gaya. See, like there are many people. Name is Lakshmi. What do you do? Jhadu lagane. What is your name? Saraswati. Oh, what? So you must have studied PhD? No. Anguta. Therefore, it's not only the name. Athamartyaha amruto bhavati. Etad eva anushasanam. This is what is the ultimate declaration of the Upanishad. See, friends. Okay, but what about those who are not realized? Are yaar, you are realized, why worry about others? But Upanishad has to complete that topic. Therefore, it said, Shatam chaika hridayasya nadyaha tasam murdhanam abhi nisrutaika tayor urdham ayan amrutattvameti vishwang anya utkramane bhavanti. You must have heard. It is said from our heart, there are 101 nadis, channels come out. And among them one, Shatam cha eka, that means 101. And to make it little simpler, Ida, Pingala and Sushumna. Ida, Pingala are two channels of energy. One is knowledge, Jnana Shakti. Second is Kriya Shakti. When Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti, when they are perfectly synchronized, there is no discrepancy between the two. That perfectly synchronized Jnana and Kriya Shakti is called as Sushumna Nadi. See? Sushumna Nadi means our self-confidence is 100%. Not overconfidence, self-confidence. Now, why we are unable to achieve anything? Because our knowledge is not represented in our actions, and our actions are not according to the knowledge. Therefore, there is a gap between knowledge and action. When Ida Pingala, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, when they are perfectly synchronized, they merge. That is Sushumna Nadi. This is what is said here. Shatam chaika hridayasya nadya tasam murdhanam abhinisritaika. Eka, one among them, that is the Sushumna Nadi, is going from this thing, then the small tongue, and then throat, and it goes right from the murdha, top. According to this, according to Yoga Shastra. Up to Bhru Madhya are the Pancha Mahabhautik Sharir. From Bhru Madhya up to the top is the Manasik Deha. And this Manasik Deha, when you transcend, you enter the consciousness. See, like there is a magnetic circle. Suppose this is a magnet. Now this magnet will have some kind of circle. So If an iron piece comes within the area of the circle, it will be pulled. If this is clear, in the same manner, there is a magnetic circle of the consciousness around the body. When the air, general air, when that air comes in contact with that contour line of our body, which is said to be this much distance, whatever you call, expanse, Dvadashangula. So from the head on Dvadashangula, that line, according to that, draw a line. You will be in a cocoon of that consciousness. And when the air comes in contact of that particular cocoon or the capsule, it is converted into prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. Otherwise, it is air outside. What makes it? The prana shakti inside. In a dead body, this doesn't happen. Otherwise, what a fun it will be. Dead body, you keep it on the fire. Jara garam lag raha hai. See? It doesn't happen. So, Eka, this Sushumna Nadi, is the one through which the yogis and Mahatmas leave the body. But their Jiva Bhava is not over. They are again born, again born. Now the ignorant people are born under compulsion. These great yogis are born by choice. They are called as avataran. They descend in this relative world. See, friends, we have to ascend. See? So, shatam chaika hridayasya nadya tasam murdhanam abhinisritaika tayo urdhvam annayam amrutatvameti. And when we leave the body through this, then we go to Amrutatva, is the relative immortality. We go to the higher worlds, Svargaloka, etc. Vishwang Anya Utkramane Bhavanti. And if we leave the body from other holes, we are again and again born in various kinds of bodies and go through good and bad experiences. See? After having said, अंगुष्टमात्र पुरुषः अंतरात्मा सदा जनानां हृदये सन्निविष्टः तं स्वात् शरीरात् प्रभ्रुवन् मुञ्जादि वेशिकां धैर्येण तं विद्या शुक्रम अमृतम तं विद्या शुक्रम अमृतमिति. So this angushtamatra purusha, the jiva, now you have to clearly understand, jiva is expression of Paramatma through the limitation of the Panchakoshas. And when the limitations of the Panchakoshas are no more operating, although we are functioning through the Panchakoshas, this Jiva Bhav, although appears, does not influence. Like the driver in the car is the Jiva. Or the horsepower of the car is like the Jiva. Petrol doesn't propel the car. The steel machine engine, that doesn't move the car. But when we ignite, then horsepower comes. It is the horsepower which is pushing the car. Pushing whom? Both. The engine as well as the petrol. Now when you switch off, अरे मेरी हॉर्स पावर घूम गई है. Where it has gone? See, friends, if you switch off, switch on 5-10 times, are they different horsepowers or the same? और कल वाली हॉर्स पावर ठीक थी. No. Horsepower is only manifestation. There is neither horse nor power. What you call horsepower in the engine is a donkey power in you and me. See? Who is the husband? A donkey power. Carrying the burden. See? And therefore, When you divorce, nothing happens to the donkey power. Relieved. This is what is mentioned here. Angushtamatra Purusha Antaratma Sada Jananam Hrudeya Sannivishtaha. So you know yourself that you are playing the role of different positions in your life. But don't get entangled in anything. Then slowly your Jiva Bhava will not bother you. And when the Jiva Bhava bothers us, then we start propelling our life. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatareshe. Tam svat sharirat prabhuruhed. So from this body, separate. What is the Jiva? Then we come to know Paramatma is eliminating all the Panchakoshas. Out of that, in the Vijnanamaya Kosha, Paramatma reflects as the Chidabhasa. Chidabhasa Yukta Vijnanamaya Kosha is Jiva. See how important it is. So if you can try to work on it, see, you may be seeing these lights reflected in this phone somewhere or the other. If you can understand that the reflection of this light is different from this glass, exactly the same way, mind or intellect is inert. In this reflection of consciousness, a Chidabhasa, there are two things. So if you can separate them, see, and how can you separate? Only by understanding. How we separate the reflection in the mirror from the mirror? We don't do it. No. Only by understanding. In the same manner, infinite expressing through the Panchakoshas is called a Jiva. And when modification of the Panchakoshas start influencing us, we become miserable. See, friends, therefore, separate yourself from these modifications of the Prakriti, matter, and be at peace with yourself. Example is given, like they use that special type of grass for making the what they call anguthi. Something they make out of the grass, and then you have to do the puja and all that. So that grass is special grass. You have to go and collect it in a particular manner. That is very difficult. That is given here. Tat shukram amrutam tan vidya shukram amrutam iti. In this manner, come to know your essential self. Now concluding two verses. Mrityu proktam nachiketo talabdva vidyametam yoga vidim cha krishnam brahma prapto virajo abhut vimrityu anyaha api evam yo vidadat atmaveva. This was the whole thing by Mrityu Prokta, by the Lord Death told to Nachiketa, everything, Vidyametam, the knowledge, Yoga Vidhi, and everything. Anybody who wants, he can study, reflect on this, and he will also be liberated without going to death. Don't have to die. With this, we conclude. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvina Vaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. With this, we have concluded the second chapter of Kathopanishad. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.